Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last episode of the year for Talk About It Tuesday. Also, Raw Emotions, which is an extension of Talk About It Tuesday. But tonight, we are here with Talk About It Tuesday with your favorite host, B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And Sunshine Lorena, it is December 27th, 2022, the last Tuesday of the year. Y'all believe that? It was just January yesterday, and now it's going to be January like this time next week. Do
Yeah,
you
it's over with. It's over with. 2023 is right around the corner, and I hope dearly that every single person makes it to see 2023. I also hope that you are prosperous. You have great people in your circle, and everything goes well for you in this new year. Because to me, this is the year of manifestation.
most definitely. It is the year to do everything that you have set your mind to do and live in it and
Fact,
love yourself by doing it. Like truly, truly living it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, how was your holiday, boss? You celebrate Christmas?
It was awesome. I was surrounded by family, and I'm going into the new year with great hopes and aspects. I got a lot of great things coming up, and I'm grateful and thankful to God that things are going the way that they're supposed to go. I don't have to force anything.
Facts. Facts. As it should be. As it should. That's wonderful. That's good. I saw your little videos up there.
What
Your,
video?
your holiday video on
Oh,
your
yeah,
Everybody
yes. Yes,
was that was hilarious. It was
I
so
know
funny.
it was one of the best Christmases I've ever had. I wasn't thinking about any gifts for one thing, and I wasn't thinking about buying a bunch of gifts. I was just thinking about spreading love.
Mhm. Mhm. As it should be. As it should. That's what the holidays are supposed to be about. That's what
Exactly.
my yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Kwanzaa. It is like it's a African American holiday. There's principles that you live by. It's 7 days. It begins on December 26th and it ends on January the 1st.
Okay. Do you care to elaborate more on these seven principles?
Yeah, well the first principle of Kwanzaa is called Umoja. That means unity. And that means to strive for and to maintain the unity in like your family and your community and within your race of people. That means like, you know, brotherhood, sisterhood, togetherness, community.
Okay.
That's the first principle of Kwanzaa. Now, the second principle of Kwanzaa is called Kujijakalia. I learned all this when I was in grade school. I was in the eighth grade is when we really, really focused in on these principles.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something of like moral and value and something to actually live by. So that's why I like to celebrate Kwanzaa before anything else. So the second principle of Kwanzaa is called Kujijakalia, and that
Mm-hmm.
means self-determination. It's pretty self-explanatory. That
Mm-hmm.
means to find yourself, to name yourself, to create for ourselves, and to speak for ourselves. That means do what you say you strive to do. Live in what you say, just like you were just speaking about. Live in what you say you want to live in. If you say you want to open a business, work hard, open that business. Take the steps that you need to do what you say that you're going to get done. That's
Exactly.
what that's about. That's what Kujijakali is all about. That's the second day. That was today. Now tomorrow, the third day is about Ujima. That means collective work and responsibility. It's
Hmm.
also kind of self-explanatory, but it also means to build and maintain our community together and to make our community's problems our problems and solve them together. That's
Wow.
creating a village. Because you know how we used to have when we grew up, we had villages of people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The, the,
Exactly.
the, you know how many grandmothers I had on my street? How many aunties and uncles and cousins and people that I could go to when I had a problem, when I couldn't talk to my mama about something or my own grandmother about something? I had someone else and someone else to give me to breathe life into me and to breathe love into me.
Wow.
That's what Ujima is. You know what I'm saying? It's all about togetherness of your community. All these principles are about upliftment and fulfillment and encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ujima is cooperative economics. That's to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses to profit from them together.
Mm,
That means generational wealth. That's opening Black businesses. That's patroning Black businesses. That is making sure that your money, your Black money, goes into Black hands. The Black dollar is the most powerful dollar in the world.
mm-hmm.
How much money we spend as Black people, that's what that is, creating generational wealth amongst your own people. Then you have Nia, that means purpose. That's to make our own collective vocation, the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. And I think Black people do that every day. You know, we're going
Right.
back to our roots in the way we eat, the way we process foods, the things that we even read and look at. You know what I'm saying? We're all going back to how it needed to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then after Nia, that's purpose, you have Kuumba, that is creativity. That is to always do as much as we can to leave our community a more beautiful and beneficial as before we inherited it. I
Wow.
mean, you know what that means? It's create. You know how many beautiful murals there are in the city. Even the pictures you create. That's all about leaving wonderful impressions for future generations to look at and to love on and to be like, oh, look at this and look at that. You know what I'm saying? Leave the world more beautiful than it was before you got here.
Facts.
That Amani is faith. That is to believe with all our hearts and people and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. I don't like to think that we live in struggle. I think that we like to live in purpose. And
Facts.
sometimes to live in your purpose is to struggle a bit, but that is not the focus. The focal point is not the struggle, it's the purpose in which you get there. So that's why I like to celebrate Kwanzaa, because it has so much, like, a much more of a beautiful meaning, and it does something truly for my spirit and for the community.
Well, I want to say thank you for sharing this Kwanzaa holiday with us because now that I think about it, it fits my bill definitely now more than ever. I never really got into it because I'm so used to just Christmas. Like
Hmm.
it's embedded in me. But
Hmm.
when you were saying everything you were saying about Kwanzaa, that's me. That's
Yeah.
one of the things that I live by and that I want to do. Also, shout out to Quell. Thank you for coming to my girl.
So how
Um,
you
yes, ma'am. We here talk about it Tuesday. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna be celebrating Kwanzaa next year. And so I'm gonna do some research and I'm
doing?
just gonna because I love everything that it stands for. That's
Exactly.
mainly
Exactly.
what I love.
I love it's all about rebuilding of our community. And if people really took, in my opinion, in these aspects and in these goals, I really think that our community could be better as a whole.
So this is celebrated 7 days in a row, correct?
It's from December 20, it's the day after Christmas. From December the 26th to January the 1st is when we celebrate Kwanzaa.
Okay, so another question then. So are people like, is it about the gifts or is it more about the principles?
It's not about, Kwanzaa isn't about gifts at all. The gift you get is the not only the rebuilding of your community, but the rebuilding of yourself and the
Mm.
reflection on yourself about how you can be a better person and how you can be a better person for the generations that come after you. So I think that's the gift within itself.
Exactly. So as we're celebrating Kwanzaa, like for the first day, is this something that you basically, because you know, like on Christmas, you take the gifts, put them under the tree, then
Mm-hmm.
the children wake up, voila, we have gifts. Okay.
Wow, this boom by, right? Trash boxes everywhere just for like 5 seconds, right?
Right. So for Kwanzaa, you basically just live in principle.
Yeah, like like go visit the elderly. Go to
Yes.
a nursing home and go visit people that don't have families anymore. Like
Okay.
show them that like a perfect stranger cares about them and can give them some kind of like life and give them you know how depressing it is. I work in an elderly community
Mm-hmm.
and I was there on Christmas and a girl brought in a dog. And if you could have just seen how happy these people were because she brought in a dog. Like this one lady, she was crying. She was so happy. That's what it's about. It's
Mm-hmm.
about spreading joy and peace and happiness and togetherness.
Right.
That's what that's what unity is. It's bringing together of your community. Everything is about bringing together and uplifting your community. Everything.
I love it. I love it, Sunshine. Like I
Hmm.
said, when you were growing up, and I've heard of Kwanzaa, but when you're growing up and then they present Kwanzaa to you as a child, I was like, why they doing that? Like,
You don't get
you know,
nothing.
you don't know
Ain't
any better.
You don't get no presents. You don't get this. You don't get that. And you don't. It's when you get older you understand that like the meaning of Christmas has really been lost, and it's about things. It's not. It's no longer about what it was supposed to have been about. So that's
Facts.
when I truly did move on and find a better way to spend my holiday. You know what I mean? Like I found better principles and a better. It's not about a religion either. Anyone technically can celebrate Kwanzaa. Anyone can. However, it just happens to be an African American, African Pan African celebrated affair because it comes from our culture. All these words are Swahili words, so it's an African thing. So that's why mostly
And
celebrate it.
and we are on day two, self-determination.
Correct. Kuji. The word is Kuji Jakalia. It took me a very long time to learn how to pronounce that word. Can't
Say it
spell it.
again now.
Kuji Jakalia.
Kuji Jakalia.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. See,
Okay.
took me like a month and a half to figure out how to pronounce that properly. But yes, that self determination. It's all
Well, I'm
about
definitely
like
learning something. This is not just me saying, oh, okay. No, you are actually teaching me something. Like, I've never really dove into Kwanzaa past my childhood, to be honest. That's just the God honest truth.
hmm But you know how I like to be. I like to want to assist in the betterment of the Black community. I mean, because that's the only community I worry about, care about, because that's the community that I live in. So I'm always
Right.
looking for better ways to not only better myself, to better my children, to better the people that are around my children, so that they can have better than what I had. So that's why I like to celebrate Kwanzaa. It's not about getting things; it's about giving things. That's
Mm,
what it's about giving, not receiving. And what better way than to receive than to give something that's free hearted. Like the best, I feel better when I'm giving something that's genuine. That's a better gift for me and my spirit. So that's why I love Kwanzaa. I do.
I love it too. I mean, just look at what the principles are. They're right there on the screen. Like, we need that more now than ever in our community. Let's
Yeah,
just
there's
be
dancing, there's bonding, there's people. They used to have big Kwanzaa celebrations. I mean, they don't know anymore, like past COVID, where there's like 7 days. There used to be like this the strip in my old neighborhood, and it would be everyone's out and just like celebrating and dancing and laughing and enjoying one another, like in full blown like community, like no riffraff, like no tomfoolery. It's just like nothing but love, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see Black people just like existing in peace and joy. It's beautiful. It really is.
right. So we got unity, self determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Baby, I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It took
Yeah.
me to be a responsible adult to understand what the principles and candles of Kwanzaa meant. And thank you for sharing it, Sunshine. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I would love everyone to try to celebrate Kwanzaa. I mean, not to negate Christmas or things like that. It's just try to incorporate Kwanzaa into your celebrations as well.
It's
You could start a trend within your own communities for the betterment of them. So you never know just like what your little niche can do.
exactly. I'm definitely gonna put. Well, I mean, I'm pushing Kwanzaa until the third now. I mean, yes, I celebrated Christmas with my family, and it was like I said about love and unity. And honey, we had a time, baby. We had a time. We had a good time. But
Hmm.
now it's back to business, and I need to spread the word. So soon as this broadcast is over with, I'm gonna make sure I let everybody know that we need to keep our self determination, and that's one of the strong things that I definitely loving about Kwanzaa. Like I love all of them, but that speaks to me. Self determination. That speaks to me because I plan on in 23 going higher than I went in 22.
Facts from your mouth to God's ears, whatever God you pray to. Like seriously, it has been. I don't know. Kwanzaa gives me a little bit of a oomph, like a little bit more of like a drive to just like keep pushing forward and keep doing what I'm doing, and at a like a at a greater pace, and just like to work harder for what I know I can achieve. And that's another reason I like to celebrate Kwanzaa.
Exactly. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Rain in the building. Y'all be looking for Taylor in the 23 year. We definitely gonna have her on the show. She has some new products that she's pushing. She also is a very interesting person. She got new things, like I said, that she's been pushing, and she also does numerous things. She's just not a um, one-sided person. What they call it, one trick pony.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. She's
She's
not that. So
multifaceted. She's multifaceted.
yes. So we definitely gonna have her on the show. So y'all be ready for 23 because baby, we blasting off. Trust.
We're going higher and higher and higher and higher than
Most
ever.
deaf. Most deaf. Most deaf. So I don't want to give away what all going on with her because I want her to tell it. But just know she got some natural skin products,
Oh,
makeup artists. I
oh,
mean,
oh! I've seen her makeup. It's really she does it. She does nice work. She does really, really, really nice work.
like I wish she was near because baby, we'll be playing all type of makeup games, baby. I'm talking about I'd be a different person every week.
Do all kinds of different skits and whatnot, right?
Taylor said no one trick pony here, baby.
Period. That's on period, huh? But
Thanks.
see that right there, what y'all are practicing, that's Ujima. That's collective work and responsibility. That's
Come
black
on now. We in
good,
Kwanzaa. We in
good,
Kwanzaa
good,
with
black
it.
good. You know what I'm saying? That's generational. You know what I'm saying? Like that's love. That's love. That's love.
That's right. No, thank you, Taylor. We appreciate it. Oh, and may I add, um, yes, I helped her with some of her branding because I did the logo.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't
oh.
wait to show you guys what we came up with because once I work with you, I'm going to work with you forever. Like I'm forever going to support you. You supported me, I'm going to forever support you.
Exactly. As it should be. As it should be. That's keep on building that community.
That's right. For real, Taylor, you got to use all of your talents. Like a lot of people have a one track mind. They want to say, well, I'm a this, I'm a that. I just say I'm an
Mm-mm.
entrepreneur, baby. That's it. I'm
I'm
an
multi.
entrepreneur. I do a lot of stuff.
I tell people I am a jack of all trades and a mistress of none.
Come on. Come on
Show me
now.
one time. Show me one time, and I got you.
Come on
Can I tell
now.
you something?
Baby,
I
God
put
didn't give
up
me these
a whole
talents for
wall.
nothing. Because I'm
I
a
put
you.
up a whole wall with 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 a stick, a bad box cutter, a pencil, and some tape.
Come on.
And it had a whole vent to it. Play with me.
Come on.
Seal, sign, seal, deliver. I'm a whole carpenter. Thank you.
Listen, I'm gonna definitely add it to my list because baby, I put some insulation up. Think it's a
It,
game.
play with it. We have to make it do what it do because times is hard and we have to be you listen.
And then, I'm the type of person, listen, I'm patient, but I ain't got time to wait on nobody to make my dreams come true and to make
Fact,
things happen for me. And long as I got strength and breath in my body, I'm gonna try some things. Even
facts.
if it don't come out the best, if it can do what it do, we good to go. I'm gonna
You
try
might
some
have
things.
you
I'm
might
gonna try.
have 6 nails in one place, 7 bloody thumbprints on another. It's gonna be up there. I'm
Come
gonna
on
make
now.
I'm gonna make it look good. I'll put some shellac in the cracks that don't fit right, and it's gonna make it. It's gonna be cute though. I'm gonna make it do what
Well,
it do.
and you know what to say. I'm with you when you're right. I just love you ladies. Thank you, Quail. Listen, look,
Girl,
I ain't trying to tell all the business, but baby, me and Quail got some behind the scene things going on as well. So,
because you listen, you can't be doing that because I'm nosy, and I like to know. A girl is nosy as ever, and I be like, so
all I'm
don't be.
trying to do is get my people to live in their gifts and,
Uh,
use the gifts that God gave them, like Taylor said, because it's time to get paid and blow up like okay, all right.
Boy, you kind of snazzy in that little blazer you got going on. You keep on with the
Well, thank you.
oh,
Thank you. Thank you. That's
oh,
another gift that God gave me. I can take $2 and come out looking like $1,000,000. Play with it.
don't play with it.
Think it's a
I
game.
get mad. I don't own the copyrights and no music that I might sing because I be doing that sometimes.
Right. So with that being said, though, seriously, we definitely got some things coming up for the new year. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited. And I am definitely I'm going to be spreading so much game for the entrepreneurs and for the people that want to move into their talents. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to reveal a lot of things that I know that I learned, just by doing what I do. And the more I look back at it, the more I realize God will set me up for this moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool.
Sometimes it may take a little bit. It may take some time to get there. But I tell people all the time, you cannot rush what is meant for you. You gotta take your time. It is better to walk steady and get there at a good pace than to rush and mess everything on up.
Right. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for the compliment. Yes, look, one thing about it, honey, um, in life, God give you free will. You can do what you want to do. You can
Mm-hmm.
either choose the bad side or the good side. A lot of the times people don't want to choose the bad side, but they have no sense of direction.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I can give some people a sense of direction when it comes to just the things that I can help with. Now, you know, I can't save the world, but the people that's around me, baby, I can give you this good energy and I can give you a lot of game. I can give you a lot of tips. I can help you in numerous ways. And when I help people, God bless me. And I'm with it. I'm with
Facts.
it.
Major facts. As long as you do things with a pure heart and good intentions, you can never go wrong. Never. You can never go wrong.
Taylor, it's on a popping 23, baby. I'm talking about I'm lifting the people, baby. We going up. We going up.
No, not that. We all the way up. Nothing can stop it except we all the way up.
All the way up. So with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, y'all, we wanted to take a look back at our wonderful year from January up until now. Because do y'all know that Talk About It Tuesday been going for a year plus now? Did y'all know that?
I it really it's really almost wow.
Like
This
it's
is your
been going.
birthday?
To
Did
be
we have
honest, I can't tell you exactly, but I know it's been. I know it's been a year plus.
it's been about 14 months. No, it's on the 26th. It was 14 months. A year and 2 months. Yep, sure enough was.
Right? So for the first look back, we're gonna look back at. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna look at how on January 4th, 2022, y'all, guess what we said? Your haters are your biggest fans.
What the? And they still are.
And they still are. That's why you can't get yourself in a place where you focus on that, because that's not going to get you anywhere, honey. We
Like
are at a point in our life now, honey, where we can't worry about that. We got to look for the positivity in things, honey. Let that to the low budget energy, okay?
What Cat Williams say? Cat Williams said, if you're not getting a hater a day, you're doing something wrong.
Right. So let's go into what was being said.
Exactly. That's what's crazy.
So with that being said, we're going to move right along to the next subject. Now, this subject is something that, we like to always just hit you with some knowledge for your mind, things that maybe we have went through in life, things that you probably done went through. And we definitely want you guys to come and chime in on this situation. If anybody in the comments want to come in on the video and comment, let me know. Okay. When people hate on you, they are actually admiring you from afar.
Freak.
So, with that being said, I made this one of the topics for tonight because it's so many times when people see you going after your dreams, they see you chasing a dream, or they see you moving in your dreams, and they don't have the guts to do it. What they will do is they will start saying things about you.
Connection, and I apologize for that.
Oh, you good. You good. Let me catch you up on what we're talking about. When people hate on you, they are actually admiring you from afar. No. And, what I was saying is that when people see you doing good things, they will have something negative to say to try to throw you off their game. And then they have an evil grin in the background and say, ha ha, look at her. She's not doing what she thought she could do. That's why you cannot worry about what they say. All right, well, we're going to stop it right there because you already heard exactly what I said, honey.
And she said what she said because it's true.
It's true. When people can knock you off of your game, for one thing, if they hate on you, they really admire you. Let's just be real. Think about it. You are doing something that they either want to do or they attempted and they gave up. So,
I say all the time, the old people try to bring you down because they feel like you're above them. Not that you feel like they're beneath you. They feel like you're above them. That's why people try to bring you down to their level. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And you can't allow that. You know what I'm saying? So let your haters be your motivators. I'm not going to even lie to you, y'all. When somebody, hate on me, I don't even like to say it because it's so stupid. But when somebody, it's just so stupid.
It sounds so stupid.
Look, when somebody hate on me, it motivate me, y'all. It motivate me. Now, I'm not going to pretend to act like it wasn't a time where I wasn't self-conscious because I'm like trying to worry about what people say about me and stuff like that. Baby, them days is long gone, honey. Them days are long gone. Do y'all want to know my secret to that? I ignore everybody and I focus on God.
Girl, that's your secret.
That's my secret.
I'll be doing it too. I do it too. Yeah. It's the best motivation in the world. You can't go wrong when you do that.
What's up, Mr. West Park is in the building.
So how you doing? Welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah. So use it as your motivation. I'm talking about that's your best motivation, honey. Like whenever somebody do me wrong or, somebody I thought was a good friend or just a colleague or somebody and they do wrong by me, y'all, when I tell you it pushed me like 10 more times, like, so you better be careful how you do me, baby, because all it do is make me go further.
Exactly. I just want to go harder because I know you want to see me fail. I know you're making it your priority, your motivation to see me fail. I am going to smile ever so sweetly on my way to the bank buying the buildings you thought you locked me out of.
Come on now. And then I done kicked the door open. Boom.
Boom! Guess who stepped in the room? Sunshine. Okay.
Yeah.
Boop, here I am. Like, no, you're not gonna know no one. I for such a long time, I let so many things and so many people, especially people who are supposed to be in my corner, the people in my circle supposed to be in my corner, did so much to deter my mission. No ma'am, no ham, no Pam, no spam. No longer. I'm
Right.
doing what I want to do and I have no and I'm doing it very unapologetically.
Facts. And Taylor says, use your haters as your elevators. And she also
Mm-hmm.
said they are free publicity. And
Period.
bee is in the house. That is the queen bee of our flock. Yes, it is.
Yes, the queen lady.
Yes.
Yes.
She says, when somebody hate on me, that make me go harder. Come on, mom.
Period. Okay, get it? Okay, Miss. Okay, Miss. Okay, ma'am. Okay, I see you. I like that. Thank you.
Yes. Taylor says, smile and tag you in it all. I ain't lying. Come on, baby. Let me keep tag. I ain't delete nobody, baby.
And oh, I want you to see me shine.
That's right.
I don't want you to think you stopped nothing
That's right.
at all. I want you to know that you didn't do anything except make me grow 100 times, 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000 times harder.
Right.
That's it. That's all.
All right. So the next look back that we're gonna do, because y'all already know that when we start the new year and we go into February, what month is that?
Black History Month.
Of course it
Black
is.
History Month.
Of course it is. So we want to look back at the February that we had last year for Black History Month. And we spoke a moment of truth about MLK that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But let's talk about it.
That we are approaching. Um, well, it was already MLK Day and stuff like that. But to me, it's his day all the time. We don't have a specific time that we celebrate this man. This man did some great things, but Black History Month is definitely here. Okay. So I want to highlight MLK. And a lot of people always hear about his I Have a Dream speech, but I want to highlight that MLK had decided his dream had turned into a nightmare when he was younger and he was doing his fight in Montgomery. He was very optimistic, but after fighting in these civil rights for so many years, he definitely started to realize that that fight was much bigger than what he thought. And I want to play a small snippet from one of his speeches because MLK had realized that at some point in time he may have led his people into a burning building, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I mean that he felt that maybe he should have took a different direction in some of the things that he did. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to say MLK, he did what he thought was best, and we're going to celebrate you regardless. But let's take a little quick listen to what the doctor had to say.
I must confess that
Come on with it, King.
that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future. But I've had to analyze many things over the last few years, and I would say over the last few months. I've gone through a lot of soul-searching and agonizing moments. And I've come to see that we have many more difficult days ahead, and some of the old optimism was a little superficial, and now it must be tempered with a solid realism. And I think the realistic fact is that we still have a long, long way to go, and that we are involved in a war on Asian soil, which is not checked and stopped. can poison the very soul of our nature.
Come on now. Did y'all know about that?
So
Like,
did, but they don't tell you that part. That's not what they want you to know.
that's powerful.
Other people will always, well, Martin Luther King, his dream. And did you know what else he said about his dream?
That's
Did
right.
you know what else he said? You know what? And a little side note. Did we know Bob Marley's grandson passed away today?
No. How
His
old was he?
grandson, Joseph Joe Mercer. He was a reggae artist. He was 31 years old. Stop playing with y'all's asthma. For real. Stop playing with y'all's asthma. It says he passed away from asthma-related conditions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was 31 years old. Yeah.
That definitely. Maybe one day I'll be able to get my mom to tell the story about the times that I flatlined from my asthma, because in it's times with the S, not just one. But
Yeah.
that's why I know God really got something for me, because I'm still here.
My cousin, 25 years old, passed away in the ER from an asthma attack. She was 25 years old, had 2 babies.
Mm.
In the ER, she made it to the ER and died in the ER from an asthma attack. Stop playing with y'all.
Yeah, don't play with it. Like,
Don't play with it.
I do a lot of things to combat when the weather start changing and all that different stuff. I still can't get past sometimes just getting congested with mucus. I'm actually getting over a sinus infection. It had started, but baby, I was right behind it. I was on it. So it didn't get a chance to just take me down. But I must say I was not feeling my best, and I'm still fighting. Like, I'm more at a 75% right now.
Get y'all some eucalyptus tree, a plant, oil. Get y'all some onions and honey and mix that stuff up. Let that sit overnight. Make you a good old cough syrup. Drink as much water and use as many natural products as you can, because those medications be as natural as humanly possible. Stop playing with y'all's asthma.
Cut back on the cheese. Cheese help build up mucus.
Dairy
Also,
is good.
yeah, also get you some nose spray. You don't even have to use nose spray that come out the store. Get you some saline and saline your nose. And also get you some vapor rub. Put it on the bottom of your feet. Put your socks on. Go to bed. Wake up the next day. I promise you it'll help. You can also rub the vapor rub in your chest. Sweat. You can swallow a little bit too.
Shut the front and the back and all the side doors.
I just learned about that from probably like 3 or 4 years ago, but not a lot, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I don't want to die. They were like, it ain't gonna hurt. This is an old folk remedy. I was like, for real, because you trying to kill me.
Like when Trump told the people to inject Lysol to get rid of COVID. Don't I know. That's what that sound like to me.
We ain't doing none of that. We ain't
exactly. Doing that's where your mind go like, oh, you crazy. I ain't gonna drink no Vicks. What's wrong with you?
And y'all know one of my famous remedies is the ginger tea along with the garlic cloves and stuff like that. And Mr. West Park said sea moss and ginger. Yes, Mr. West Park, I sell ginger, not ginger, but I sell sea moss, and I also sell sea moss gummy bears. I will bring that more to the forefront in 2023.
And get the echinacea. That echinacea tea really helps.
Echinacea.
Echinacea. That you know what? Because my son has asthma, and it's and I can't find this tea anywhere. I think I've last my thought. I got it online. It's Gold Bond, the echinacea. It's gross. It does wonders. It keeps all that respiratory tract, all that gunk, and gets it right on out. I love it. It's the best one I've ever had. They have that Breathe Right tea, but that Gold Bond is a lot better than that.
I actually started doing sea moss to help with my health, and I found out that, baby, child, it really had me on point, like straight up. And also, what's the name of the oil pill that I take? Cod liver oil pill. I take that. I take a cod liver oil pill every day. If you don't have cod liver oil, you can do fish oil.
Yeah, they're both really good. Yeah, you definitely get your iron up, all that good stuff.
Oh, Taylor, I have mentioned your name in a place tonight. You have no idea where I was talking about you, but I was lifting you up and talking about natural products because we have work to do in 23. So yes, ma'am, we definitely gonna talk. Because one thing about me, I want to see my people lifted. One thing about me, I noticed that when I help people, God help me. It's like it's a domino effect. Try it. Try it.
It's all about them blessings.
It's all about those blessings.
Helping your community, back to the Kwanzaa of it all. See how that goes back to Kwanzaa? Yes.
I love it. I love it. So let's keep it moving. In March the 8th, 2022, we talked about on the show, we talked about when a 4-year-old passed away from an unsecured gun. I wanted to this situation because I need for everyone to understand that in Alabama, they are about to pass the law where you do not have to get a background check to carry anymore. And so it in my mind, it's going to be a mess. I'm going to pray about it, meditate on it, and see what's what. But I just don't understand because I don't think everybody need a firearm in their possession. So I'll be doing a video on it later, but just trust me when I say that Governor Ivey passed the law that anybody can carry. Okay. So with that being said, if you're going to have these things around your home, make sure they are secured. Okay.
Please be responsible. Please.
Self-roll action, baby.
Okay.
All right. So this next story that we're going to talk about, it's kind of sad. But once again, I brought the story out to raise awareness, honey. Okay. 4-year-old meets his demise because he found a gun in the car while mom was shopping. From the information that I gathered, he was in the car with his 13-year-old cousin and his 8-month-old sister. And all of a sudden, all they heard was a bang. The 13-year-old ran into the store to go tell the mom, but by the time the ambulance and everybody got there, he was already deceased. And I just want to make this point. Children are curious.
Very.
Okay? Yeah. So let's make sure we put these firearms up, honey, because at the end of the day, it's just too many children been dying by the hand of a firearm, and it was an accident.
And still,
all right, so y'all heard it.
And still.
Yeah.
Do you know how many children? I cannot tell you how many people under the age of 18 have been unalived due to gun violence in my city. I can tell you that on this day, December 27th, 2022, there have been 500 plus murders in my city due to gun. And I cannot tell you, there was how old was this boy? 13, 14 years old. 2 of them shot unalived. Right. These kids are dying at rapid paces due to gun violence. Where are these kids getting these guns? Why do you have these guns in places that these kids are just finding them in? For what?
Sunshine, you know where they're getting them from.
I'm just saying.
You know exactly where they're getting them from, and you know how they got here.
Facts.
However, everybody is not ready for the truth. So we're going to leave it at that and make sure that it's time to Kwanzaa our community.
Period. Very much so.
And I want to highlight what Taylor said. Taylor said, government plot, don't fall for the foolery. Come on now. Come on.
I'm trying to not red pill these plays because every time I red pill some stuff, it goes left. So Taylor, mind your business, okay? Mind your business. I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole. You understand? I'm not trying to do it because we're gonna get flagged. We're not. Shh.
Girl, you know we start talking that talk, baby. Woo,
it goes left. We try to keep it on a straight and narrow. No, don't.
They'll do us better this year. They'll do us better.
God,
all right, but we ain't gonna stick on that. We're gonna keep it moving so we can go ahead along with the show. But it's so ironic that in April 26, 2022, we talked about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
Did we really?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, Truth Hurts Taylor. You know exactly what to say. You know exactly what to say. And it was so funny because, you know, from the get-go, everybody was just like, what is going on with this? Who did all that pow, pow, bang, bang and stuff like that? So let me just play the clip, y'all, because all of a sudden now we got the guilty verdict. But let's look back and see what we were saying about it back then. Okay?
Because I'm nosy and I forget things.
All right, hold on. Let me swing it back. Let me swing it back. Let me swing it back. Popping. Meg versus Tory. All right, so I want to bring this to the forefront because this has been going on for 2 years, y'all. And I also have some video to bring this into context. I don't know if y'all seen where Meg did her interview with Miss Gayle King, but she now is breaking her silence with Miss Gayle King. And let's check out this video.
But I remember them asking me what's happening, what happened to you, and I didn't want them to kill any of us or shoot any of us. So I just said I stepped on glass because I didn't.
Why did you say that? Why didn't you say shot me?
I didn't. For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Like, even though this person just did this to me, my first reaction still was to try to save us. Like, I didn't want to see anybody die. So I just said, I stepped on glass. So when I see people trying to use that against me, like trying to act like I'm lying, oh, she stepped on glass, she never got shot. I'm the one who said I stepped on glass. I was lying to protect all of us. And sometimes I wish I really would have never said that.
All right, y'all. Yeah. All right. So y'all heard it right there, baby. What do y'all think about that? Sunshine, give it to me. What you got?
I will never negate the fact that this beautiful Black woman was assaulted, because that's an assault in many facets. There were many assaults, but the major assault was that she was injured due to gun violence. Nonetheless,
here we go.
Because I keep it a G. I'm gonna say what I want to. Okay. I always felt like somebody had to go to jail because that young lady got hurt. That was never an issue. Don't lie to my face. Have me have to find out you lied to my face and then expect me to take your word as Bible. Sis, if you tell me today is Tuesday, I'm going to check. If you tell me my name,
I definitely understand why you feel that way. Because how are we supposed to believe you when you blatantly lied on national TV? However, somebody at that time, let's be real, it was a lot of killing going on in the Black community.
Very much so.
They were in a very bad situation. They were very irresponsible.
Very much so.
Things that they did, knowing all of y'all are rich. Chelsea, you're rich too because you're with your rich friend.
Period. Y'all all got names in these streets. You are Meg Thee Stallion. You are Tory Lanez. Like, what is y'all doing?
What is y'all doing? Like, really being, but you know what did it? the alcoholic beverages. That's exactly what did it. Y'all had too much, and then y'all got a driver. Y'all just should have went home. You know what I'm saying?
Off in the car. Something.
Yeah, things went left. So with things going left, I just don't know. I feel like if I was Tori personally, which, I got to still say they young because he 30, she 27 now. And that was like 3-4 years ago. You got to be ahead of the game, especially when you are a public figure. Not only are you a public figure, you are an artist. Y'all millionaires. Y'all can't be out here acting like the peasants. And then you want people to feel sorry for you when you do something crazy. Don't get me wrong. We all human. We make mistakes, but some mistakes are detrimental.
Facts. And some things you cannot take back. You cannot undo certain things.
It's some stuff you can't come back from now.
Exactly. You have to think. That's what people's problem are. People just don't be thinking. And I do comprehend and I understand that alcohol played a major factor. I do. The culmination of things.
Facts. The combination.
The culmination of it all was the alcohol made it worse. Everything that was going on beforehand.
Yeah.
And that's another problem that people have as well. Like, tell the truth. Tell what happened. What happened to lead y'all? He just ain't just start shooting out of nowhere. Like, that was a lie. We all know that's a lie. Like, what happened? The culmination of events led to all of that. Her betrayal and all that stuff.
It was betrayal between two friends. Why is y'all trying to fool around with the same dude when there's a trillion dudes out there in the world and y'all rich? Okay. Then not only that, but he shouldn't have been jumping from friend to friend like a fool, like a fraud. I don't want to hear that's what men do. No,
that's not what all men do.
And women, I'm gonna have to say, hold yourself to a higher standard, honey. Because y'all love to try to say, well, we mature faster than God. Well, hold yourself to a higher standard, honey. Because you really, you had an action from that, what you did, baby. That was foolish. And shame after you did it.
And that's why you lied. See, I ain't never been that type. All right. Now tell me if I'm wrong, people. Just let me know if I'm wrong. If my friend ever showed interest in anybody, that person becomes disgusting to me. Like if my friend ever dated somebody, like, ew, like you kissed my people, like that's just nasty. That's how I feel. That's how I view these things. Something like a friend of mine, she dated some person and I was like, no. She was, oh no, that's nasty. Y'all dated and that's nasty. That was 50. I don't care if it was 50,000 years ago. It still happened. Baby, now I know, now we know, and it's not going to happen. So that's my mindset. People say, oh, you a prude. I'll be a prude.
It is.
Y'all sure will.
And then not only that, but he was also trying to talk to Kylie Jenner. Like, bro, you really was setting things off. Then y'all was drinking, and then y'all had secrets. So it was just a cocktail of foolishness. And that's exactly what it turned into. So now, fast forward to 2022, December 2022, Tory Lanez has been found guilty. He's facing up to 20 years in prison. So.
And deportation.
And let me add this, because I am definitely in the middle of all this, honey. I ain't got no dog in this fight, child. But anyway, Tory, when you're anybody, this goes for anybody. When you're on probation, walk away from some things. Okay. Yeah. Like we are not doing Soldier Boy. Pow, 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 boom, boom, pow, pow. No,
thank you.
No,
thank you.
We have a firearm. We're not supposed to have one, and then we definitely not gonna shoot it.
And then we're not going to get involved in women's business. Let them women men get in the worst trouble when they involve themselves in women's business. Let women handle I don't care if they scrap it in the streets, like call their mama.
Call their mom, call somebody.
Call their granny. Call somebody that's not the police, because you know how the police be doing people up. Call somebody that you know won't make them calm their behinds down and go home.
Because, baby, anybody gonna listen to granny, baby. You ain't gonna cut up in front of granny.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
And so I know my mama. Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna let that go. You ain't gonna cut up in front of granny, baby. That's what you're not gonna do.
We're gonna let that rock. Unless your granny ratchet and she with all of that. Other than that, you gonna calm down. You gonna calm down.
Right. So let's get into this next situation. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been coming through. You know, tonight is the last Tuesday of the year. Y'all, thank y'all for coming through. Just thank you.
We want to thank you for coming through every time you come through to show us love and appreciation and just to let us know that you're here rocking out with us as we try to build this beautiful platform that we are trying to build and maintain. Thank you.
And guess what? It's building. Yes. Yes. Things have been going up. If we look at the numbers from beginning of last year up until now, it's growing. And we just want to thank you to the viewers. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in us. And like I said, slow and steady. I'd rather have a loyal fan base than a flood of people that don't know who we are, how we talk, how to interact with us. I like the people that be peopling with us.
Right. Right. All right. So on this one, we're going to talk about, child, what happened to the monkeypox, child? What happened to it?
Now, excuse me, ma'am, boss lady, ma'am. You're using derogatory language.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No longer say the mpox word because it's a slur.
Oh, bless it.
I think it's called the mpox or something now. However, you will no longer call it that animal that begins with the M word and then say pox. It's derogatory.
All right, whatever they say then. Let's get into it. Then the monkeypox. Are y'all ready for this?
Let's get it.
Ooh, child, let's do it. What is monkeypox? It is a rare disease that is caused by infection with a monkeypox virus, a virus that belongs in the orthopox genus in the family of Poxvidae.
Child,
okay. Now look, this stuff is scientific, but this I'm gonna put it in your ear just so you can understand it. It also includes variola virus, which causes smallpox. A virus used in smallpox and Qpox virus. So, with that being said, this is a collection of viruses, right? Okay. How is it spread? It is transmitted from one person to another person by close contact with lesions, body fluids, respiratory droplets, and contaminated materials such as bedding. The incubation period is usually 6 to 13 days, but can range from 5 to 21 days. Okay. Now, I have more information, but let me bring this picture up right quick, guys. Because y'all know I love to share. So you guys understand where we're coming from when we're giving you this information. Okay.
I don't want to see it, boss.
It's actually gross, if you ask me, honey.
Well, why you want to show people?
If you look right here, this is a microscopic image of the virus. Okay. This is it. All right. Now let's take a look at how it looks on the skin. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this stuff on the news, but let's take a look at how it looked on the skin. Which to me, once again, is gross.
Because I can't unsee.
I don't like how it looked, but we got to show y'all so y'all can understand what we're dealing with. All right, do y'all see that?
Come on now. See, you making me itch.
All right, so we're going to start right now, honey, because we don't need to see all that and go to bed, think about that. But, baby, what happened to the monkeypox? I'm going to go with Mr. West Park said. He said, man-made, honey.
Now we now remember, it is actually man-made. Now, the reason they say you can no longer call it the monkeypox is because of where the virus originated from, which was in Africa, in West Africa. So you know how they call black people monkeys. So therefore, it's derogatory. Therefore, we don't want to call it monkeypox. It's called mpox, something that, whatever. I don't care. That's that. So it was made in a lab.
For what though? What we need that for?
I don't know. The same way they made the swine flu, the same way they made COVID, the same way they made the bird flu, the same way they make all these viruses, HIV, all that. They made these viruses in these labs, and then outbreak monkeys, once again derogatory, because when you say outbreak monkey, you think monkeys like people, and most of these viruses actually do come from Africa. They go into the jungles of Africa. They ain't gonna do nothing about that. They go in the jungles of Africa, create these viruses, and then they can't contain them, and they spread.
I'm over it. Because, you know, it's enough in the world as it is. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop being so curious about everything. If God wanted us to know about every single thing that there is, God would have laid out a pamphlet. But I don't think that God mind if we find out things. Just quit playing with it. That's just like, all right, if you got a toy and I don't have a toy, I have no reason to come take your toy, claim your toy, go play with your toy, and then get mad when you want your toy back. I can't do that.
And boy, because you don't know what you're doing with it. Now, listen, remember, and then they got the, remember they had the, what, remember they were, this year, they were trying to remake the atomic bomb or something like that. The Big Bang.
The Big Bang.
Yes. The Big Bang. We ain't bunged yet. So the bang ain't banging. The bang ain't bang. It's been bunged though. And then they opened up those sarcophagus, and each, like they opened up billions of years old sarcophagus and letting out all kinds of look, we got the plagues. The plagues
we got. I know the court wind got. You know what I'm saying?
We got the plagues is here. We got the locusts, the lotus, because we got these damn lantern flies and PA that's nasty and man-made they melt. What have you ever in your existence known of an insect that melts like plastic, man-made? It's the end. It's the end is near. Bible. Yeah. Okay. Bible. The plagues is here.
Yes. The locusts. And then we brought them amongst ourselves, honey. Them plagues and just jump out into the land, baby. They just went and collected the plagues. I'm through with it.
No, wait. They talk about some new damn mutation of the COVID over in China. I don't feel like it no more. I lived my life for 2 years with a mask on. I can breathe again. I don't want to go back. You understand? I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm through with it, and I'm through with this subject. Let's keep it moving.
Move along, please. Move along.
I done had enough. All right, so in June 21st, 2022.
What that was?
Huh?
Another Black History Month, because we said so.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about something that's very dear to my heart, which is Juneteenth. A lot of people didn't know about Juneteenth or didn't understand the origins of Juneteenth. So we took y'all on a scroll for Juneteenth. So let's do that right now so we can bring it back to the bottom of the map. Okay?
In a hurry, real easy.
Welcome to another episode of Talk About It Tuesday with your favorite host, D. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And it's your girl, D. It is June the 21st, 2022.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I want to give a shout out to all the fathers in the world, being that it was just Father's Day. Yes, it was. So I want to give a shout out to my father, Tip Brown. Yes.
Deidre Wilson, Papa, we see you.
Yes. We see all y'all fathers out there. We see y'all. Well, as you know, we are still celebrating Juneteenth. Myself, going. Yes, we still going. Myself, my girl, D, honey, we making this thing pop. For the Juneteenthers. So with that,
the intro.
We're here in my PXG NJ shoe.
Sorry, y'all.
First time I'm actually wearing the clothes we've been designing now with the team for.
White man in front of the Juneteenth.
Talk about a Tuesday, Juneteenth edition. Let's talk about Jim Crow, shall we? The Jim Crow laws, named after a black minstrel show, were a collection of state and local statutes that legalized racial segregation for about 100 years post the Civil War era. Jim Crow laws began as early as 1865, immediately following the ratification of the 13th Amendment, which ended slavery. These laws were meant to marginalize African Americans by denying them the right to vote, hold jobs, get an education, and other opportunities. As Jim Crow laws spread around the country, the free African Americans were not allowed in public parks, theaters, and restaurants, which were all segregated. Buses, trains, and waiting areas were separated into black, white, and colored sections. Colored people, who were of European and African descent, were allowed to sit with white people in certain public spaces. There were separate pools, phone booths, hospitals, asylums, jails, and even residential homes for the elderly and handicapped. Some states even required textbooks for black children and for white children. Even prostitution was separated according to race. In court, black people were given a different Bible to swear upon than white people. And of course, cohabitation between blacks and whites was strictly forbidden. Those who attempted to defy Jim Crow laws were often faced with arrest, fines, jail sentences, violence, and even death. At the start of the 1800s, big cities in the South were not beholden to the Jim Crow laws, which led Black Americans having more freedom, which in turn led to white city dwellers demanding more laws to limit opportunities for African Americans. As the 20th century progressed, Jim Crow laws flourished with an impressive society marked by violence. Following World War I, the NAACP noted that lynchings had become so prevalent that they sent a white passing investigator, a Mr. Walter White, to the South to infiltrate white hate groups. Race riots also increased during this time, with at least 25 across the United States over several months in the year 1919. This period of time is called the Red Summer. In the 1920s, with Jim Crow dominating the landscape and education system in the South, many college-educated Black people moved to the North, which is also known as the Great Migration. The Great Depression only deepened the resentment toward Black people, and with the rise of lynchings, even Black veterans returning home from war were met with segregation and violence. Jim Crow was not solely a Southern issue. The North was not immune to Jim Crow laws, with some states requiring Black people to own property before they could vote, go to school, and neighborhoods were segregated. However, the end of the Jim Crow laws were seen post-World War II as Black citizens were focusing on ensuring their right to vote. This ushered in the actual ending of the Jim Crow laws with the Civil Rights Movement. In 1948, President Harry Truman ordered integration to the military. In 1954, the Supreme Court ruled that segregated education was unconstitutional, which brought to the end of the separate but equal era in education. In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act, which legally ended segregation that had been institutionalized by Jim Crow laws. In 1965, the Voters' Rights Act halted the efforts to keep African Americans from voting. The Fair Housing Act of 1968 ended discrimination in the renting and selling of homes to free Blacks.
Legally. They still do these things, but legally.
Yeah. That was a great intro, though. I really loved how everything was broke down. You could learn a lot from that short clip.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have no idea about Juneteenth. They have no idea about Jim Crow laws. They have no idea about the emancipation. Honestly, did you know, like wholeheartedly, the Emancipation Proclamation was supposed to end in 2016. They didn't have the forethought to think that in the year 2016 that the world would still be here. So it, like, in effect, ended in 2016. In effect. Just I was just baffled by that. It was like, so who you think is really going to go back to all of that?
Right.
And you know, slavery was actually on the ballot this past election in a couple of states, in like 9 states, I want to say. However, it was prison involved slavery. Nonetheless, it was still on the ballot. So I mean, it's not that far off. It's really not.
So it's time for y'all to step it up. People, step it up now. Step it up. Don't think for 1 second that they ain't trying to take you in reverse.
Mm-hmm. They still believe in from the schoolyard, from the cradle to the schoolyard to the prison yard. So
or the grave.
I mean, facts.
Right.
They can't make no money off you on the grave though. So
right, we're gonna keep it moving with our next clip, which was July 26, 2022. And this case has also come back up again. That lets you know that we be putting in work with this Talk About It Tuesday. So everybody that's watching right now, please give this video a thumbs up. That way that our algorithm is in the works. You know, we put in work with this. We don't just, you know, get on here and be like, hey, y'all. No, we actually put in work. We want to be informative. Okay. Yeah. So make sure y'all like our video. We really appreciate it. So y'all remember the Bling Bling Bishop?
Child, yes.
Do y'all remember the Bling Bling Bishop, honey?
He was and still is a whole mess. Like,
yeah,
the sheer audacity of him still bothers me to this day.
Yeah, well, let's get on it. Let's talk about it. Let's listen right quick. All right, Bishop gets robbed while on live.
That is not a God.
Funny. So there is this bishop, the name of Lamar Whitehead, and he is known to be a flashy bishop. He also has been known, 10 decades, well, not 10 decades, but a decade ago, he was in some trouble. He had trouble. He definitely committed some fraud and a few things. So I guess when he got out of jail, he decided he was going to get his life right. Boys, he flashed, and he always says that he got the right to buy whatever he want to buy. That's what he says. So
okay,
he was actually in the middle of church service, and boom, bam, boom, he got robbed. So, and it was caught on camera. So let's just pull up some video to show exactly what happened. Baby, church ain't like it used to be.
Run up in there with pews, robbing people in the pulpit. Once again, God, not of God. I'll do my church virtual from now on. Just because of this video.
546 and KMZ 5464. Served 5 years in prison for a $2 million identity theft scam.
Oh.
Was that it? I think I might have.
The wrong reel.
I think I might have.
Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get a Santa Fe with up to $1,750 bonus cash, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Get our own ads and our own content. At the pulpit. Like, that was what baffled me.
Let's get it.
Tonight, the NYPD is looking for 3 suspects after a 39-year-old man was struck by the driver of a car and then robbed as he laid there unconscious. Surveillance video from the Bronx shows the victim walking on East 169th Street in Foxhurst yesterday morning.
What?
6:30.
Oh,
that's when he was struck by the driver of a black sedan. 2 people then got out of the car, and instead of helping the victim, they robbed him while he lay on the ground injured. The suspect drove off, but returned to check his pockets before taking off.
That is so ratchet. That is so ratchet.
All right, here you come. Why though?
Capital R. Duck it at Brubaker Kia and get more for your trade. Lease the.
I still cannot
So
believe that
let's
happened.
just let this go ahead and get this advertisement out of the way.
Well, a bishop in Brooklyn was robbed at gunpoint right in the middle of delivering his Sunday sermon. This was yesterday. So the frightening encounter was all caught on the church's live stream.
And tonight, the bishop is telling us what was going through his mind as it all unfolded. Arthur Chan in the newsroom now with what he had to say. Arthur.
Lori, Steve, this sermon taking place yesterday, the bishop was asking his congregation if they've ever lost faith after seeing someone die. Seconds later, masked men were in their faces and nobody knew if it was a robbery or if they were about to experience a mass shooting. While delivering a Sunday sermon on a live stream, 3 masked gunmen are seen storming the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in Brooklyn, forcing Bishop Lenore Whitehead to the ground. He says the gun was even pointed in the face of his 8-month-old daughter.
Women and children started to scream, and they put the gun to my back, and they put the gun to my daughter's face. This is atrocious, right? For men to come in during service and lay the entire church down at gunpoint.
The bishop says the gunman stole more than $1 million worth of jewelry and gems, including expensive watches and even his wedding band. While the sermon was going out live from the second floor of this building, some congregants were there in person.
It's threatening for the people that come to church that day. It's horrible.
Whitehead once served 5 years in prison for identity theft and grand larceny. In his current life, he is known for his opulent flashiness and claims to be a mentee of Mayor Eric Adams. The bishop recently attempted negotiating the surrender of Q-Train murder suspect Andrew Abdullah and showed up at the police precinct in a $400,000 Rolls Royce, but the NYPD took Abdullah into custody on their own. Now, the bishop is offering a $50,000 reward for the arrest of the gunmen who robbed him, urging them to turn themselves in.
I'm praying for them, but I want justice to prevail because they can't just run into these churches like this, man. If you could run into the church, you can run anywhere.
Just like he run into the FBI.
Just like he done ran to the FBI, baby, because they had got him now in custody. Fast forward to December 2022. Yes, Bishop now is in custody for fraud, amongst other things, honey. They said, baby, didn't nobody rob you, and you put that together, and you want that money, and now you're going to jail.
Because that's what this, it sounded like a complete and total inside job off top. You couldn't have told me otherwise. When they told me the preacher man had already been in jail for fraud, I said, oh yeah, he did it. He did it.
It's sad. It's sad.
How do you do that? What goes through your mind to even endanger your own children? Because anything could have happened with them, with those people and those weapons. Anything could have happened. Anything.
Child, you know what? All I got to say is if he didn't do it, free the bishop. If he did do it, baby, you got to take it up with God. And that's all I know.
In the prison system.
Exactly. Because, baby, I don't care what I can't see. Baby, Most High can see everything.
Period.
Blue said, how do you rob yourself?
Period. Come on, man. Come on. Big dummy. You big dummy.
His sharp Louis Vuitton suit. That's an old sap sucker. He did that. Come on.
Period. He did it.
Yes, that's an old school sap sucker.
The way he was talking, you knew he had a hand in what happened. You knew he did that. We all knew, brother.
Facts on facts on facts.
He had to talk. That's that narcissistic stuff. He had to talk. That was his pride. He learned how to shut your mouth, preacher man. He could have got away with it. If not, he's like on Scooby-Doo, he would have got away with it if he wouldn't have ran his daggone mouth.
And I got to give him props. His lips went ashy, and that Negro can dress. He got good taste now. He got good taste.
The fact that he wasn't ashy, that just set me to a whole nother level. Because we ain't check his elbows though, because people be having some ashy elbows. That's how you know they're a criminal.
I can see the elbows. Which leads to our next clip, y'all. Thank y'all once again for hanging on in now with us, because we wrapping this thing up. But do y'all remember R. Kelly's girlfriend, Miss Jocelyn Savage.
Oh, yes.
On this show, we discussed that she was preggo, right? Well, guess what? Fast forward December 2022, she supposedly done had the baby. Let's check out the clip, and then we got to come back and tell y'all a little bit more tea.
I got some tea too.
Let's go. Let's get into it then. Let's get into it.
Now, see, now Miss Savage, who is 26 by the by, she's claiming that she says that she's pregnant. Now, by her fiance, Mr. R. Kelly, or Robert, as they call him. Now, she said that she found out that she was pregnant. It was after he sent her an engagement ring through the mail, and then the day after he was sentenced, she found out that she was pregnant. She thought she had COVID, but her girlfriend had a bun in the oven. Now, I have a question. Does Mr. Kelly get conjugal visits?
Come on.
Because wasn't he locked up around the time? Hasn't he been incarcerated for some time? So I just wanted to know how Miss Savage had became impregnated by Mr. Kelly if he was incarcerated. I still want to know.
Child.
And we're gonna leave right after that. Child, you already know how I was feeling, honey. Cause child.
Now.
Look. Whoa, Blue said, and Quail said, the math ain't mathing.
Because it never did.
And let me just go ahead and spill this tea. So her daddy did an interview, y'all.
Because yes, God.
He went live. He didn't do an interview. He went live. Honey, he was trying to call her through Messenger on Instagram, and she would not answer the phone. He is convinced that his child might be deceased. He is also convinced that somebody is running that page. He hadn't heard from his child. He ain't seen his child. He said his child ain't had no baby. And he also, the people saying, R. Kelly said that ain't his baby because the math ain't mathing. But she just done put the baby out there on a picture. Talking about some, that's our bundle of joy, me and the aura. And then also, now that she done put the picture out there, people like, we need to see you holding the baby so we know you are right and that the baby is really your baby. Because they said she'll look crazy. She just might have went and got a picture of a baby and put it up there online.
Because the daddy said he don't know who that baby is, where the baby came from. That ain't his baby's baby. That ain't none of his grandbaby neither. So what y'all think? Because I always knew that the math didn't math, because if you was locked up and you ain't getting the conjugals unless you sending the sperm via the mail. I don't, because they check the packages. I don't think you can send that out via the mail, overnight delivery and stuff. So the math never did math for me.
It never did. It never did.
You have to make it make sense. Blue, you know what? Blue got to get out of my face talking about some not catfishing a baby, not catfishing a child. Get out of my face. Get off this line. Don't say nothing else. Get off this line.
Baby.
Get off this line. Yes. He said the baby ain't his grandbaby, and I was like, Lord, what's going on? Because I mean, they didn't have that kind of relationship where they wouldn't be talking. Like, it seemed like they would be talking and knowing what's going on. So it's like, what aura Kels? What'd you do to her?
And then let me tell you this about Kels. So Kels did an interview probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But anyway, y'all know that album had came out. We touched on that on one of the shows. But anyway, y'all, Aura still got it, y'all. I have decided, and this is just my own personal, very strong opinion. You can feel how you want to feel. I've decided that the man is just talented. He's the king of R&B, period. So therefore, I'm not, yes, he is. And I'm not going to hold his music against him because he got some deep, dark issues that he need to take up with God. But I'm going to give him his props on his music because the man sung on the doggone telephone, child, and it sounded like he was still in the concert. I said, Lord have mercy, boy. Why you messed up your talent like that, boy?
I ain't going to hold you. I ain't listened to R. Kelly since the 90s. I'm not going to hold you. I haven't. I don't do that. I feel like if I'm listening to the music, I'm supporting the person. I can't do that. Goes against my belly. Like I be listening to the words of his songs and it make me feel creepy inside.
Well, creepy is I know how to separate the art between the person because, baby, that art was gave to him by God. All in the same token, I have not just pulled up no R. Kelly music and played it. However, I have been at events and they still played it. Like they still play his music.
You can't help that. And some people will stand 10 toes down and they'll die on that hill. I mean, I'm not trying to knock that brother hustle. And I do believe that his upbringing and the things that happened to him caused him to be the person that he is today. So the victim became the victimizer. I wholeheartedly understand, comprehend, and am compassionate towards it. However, like, I don't know, like if there was some kind of like remorse or something, like maybe I'm finna do better and I don't know, like
I get it, but I've decided I'm through with it. And that's my new word. Y'all get ready for the shirts that's coming out. They're gonna say I'm through with it. Cause when I'm through with it, I'm through with it, y'all. Cause I can't. It ain't nothing else I can say about it. Ain't nothing else I can do with it. It ain't nothing else I can comprehend behind the situation. I'm through with it.
I'm gonna say I can't, or it sent me something that sent me. I can't because that sent me. I can't.
I can't worry about it no more. He got to take it up with God. All right. Now, on our next clip, I ain't lying, cause baby. Quell said she want one. Blue said, I'm over it, honey. Child, me too. I'm through with it, child. I know one thing. If I would have had that talent, baby, I wouldn't have been going around here trying to squeeze on that little child.
Freaking on little babies, you got some grown that. Go, people, try if they can't buy you a bottle at the liquor store, that's a no. If they can't rent a car, no thank you. Leave them small children in the playground where they belong. Get a 26-year-old. That's okay.
I'm through with it. I'm through with it. I'm through with it.
I gotta be over it too.
All right, y'all. On our next clip, where we visited September 27th, 2022, and once again, Tory Lanez versus August Alsina. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. This is before the trial and everything. Tory's still out here in these streets terrorizing folks. And then his dad want to give a Martin Luther King speech like his son is out there doing the goodwill of God, which I'm not calling him a bad person or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is you're involving yourself in too much foolishness when you already got a case against you.
The father forgot to listen to Martin Luther King's other half of that because his dream became a nightmare. He need to recognize his son he's a demon seed of Chucky.
Come on,
he out here terrorizing in these streets like Trey Songz in them. Come on now.
Ooh, child, let's take a listen. Child, have y'all heard about Tory Lanez and August Alsina? Seems as if I'm tired of Tory. Tory just keep on doing stuff. He just keep doing stuff, and you know he is too talented to stay in the negative spotlight. Like get in the positive spotlight, Tory.
You can't do that now, Tory. You done too much, Tory.
I mean, for real, Tory. Please,
go back to Kansas, Tory. They go back to Kansas. I don't want you here, Tory.
Yeah, like it's saying something.
Stank booty energy at all times. Like,
Yes. So it seems as if Tory and August were playing at the same arena. And you know, when the entanglement was going on, Tory had busted a little verse, wop. And he had said he would never kiss and tell what happened between him and Jada if that was him.
As a real man should.
Okay, so then August, he got wind of this situation. So when Tori seen him, he passed by him and he like,
Siri, call June. Mom, this is FaceTime.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And we are
I usually
surviving
make
to
a
a
simple
lane.
Monday at
Most
LAX.
definitely.
trying to dap him up, trying to, give him no, hey, buddy. And August was like, I know you did. I know you did not keep that same energy, bro.
Yes. And Tori was like, bro, like.
Well, since I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself. So we have the alleged audio of some of the conversation, but I'm gonna just tell you now. I know that's both of their voice because I listen to their music.
Whole debacle. I heard it.
So,
it's them.
It's them, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is it?
What up? What up? What up? I hate when niggas don't keep the same energy with me. Why did you speak on my business online, bro? And you, what is this? What up? What up?
Well, everybody was talking about his business online now. Even the woman that he was in contact with.
Why did you speak on my business?
So as y'all heard, that's all we got right there was that little touch right there. So after, August was like, why did you speak on my business? Whoop the whoop the whoop. Well, don't you know that Tory and his security went and allegedly gave him a 1-2 punch combo and a little bit of something else as well. So
he was hurt. He was lost.
You laughing at Manny?
Yes, Jeff.
So let's see what that August had to say, honey, and let me show y'all the pictures.
This is a debacle.
That's what I'm talking about, Tori.
So that's a hurt piece. That looked like either he bust his mouth on his tooth, or there's somebody ring in his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speculate though.
Well, August said, me after a 2-page sneak attack. I didn't even know he said that.
He was disrespectful.
Then being manhandled by Buku security 1 deep as the jealous leprechaun runs back off into the building.
Everybody be coming for that man height. It's so sad. Even the child, the little man.
I'll be back with my results once I heal up. So as y'all can see, honey,
he got toe up a little bit. It was the kitty cat fight. The girls was fighting.
Oh, child, look at that though. Like he really did bust him up.
I mean, either he wasn't fighting back or Tori was like giving him the biz quick. Like,
child, Tori wasn't giving him nothing. That he just told us, honey, that the leprechaun approached him with 1,500 men. All right. So because see, y'all know Tori was doing too much. Tori, you on probation. You done shot the cag on Meg with a pow pow bang bang. And now you want to get in court and act flabbergasted and say guilty. No, child, you did too much. I'm with Slim Thug. If I would have had done that, child, I would have been behind the scenes apologizing every day. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't listen.
Facts. Buy the girl all her favorite food.
And all type of stuff would have been coming to your door. Baby, ain't nobody trying to go no jail.
Not for no gun charge. You that felony. And you ain't even a real American citizen. Like, come on now.
Baby, you throwed your own self to the wolves, baby. So that would do.
Facts. Major facts. But he was just still acting like he had not a care in the world. Nothing was going on. Like he didn't have a whole charge. What was wrong with him?
Baby, enough is enough. And like my mama be saying, warning come before destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So
most definitely.
Yeah, let's take heed of that and just say, hey, no more. All right, moving right along, because baby, we already talked about Tori. Tori don't want to sit down somewhere, but they gonna make him sit down. Our next clip comes from November the 1st, 2022. And it is a sad clip. It's something sad, and it's actually something that's ongoing, but we lost one of the Migos. Like, I just wasn't expecting that.
I think nobody still is settled in it. You know what I'm saying? You know how, like, some things you just haven't, it hasn't, like, settled within your spirit? It's
Right.
still a hard thing to swallow.
Right. I just didn't think that was coming through, but let's see what's coming. Takeoff unalived in Houston. Sunshine, give a little information. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Okay? I'm dealing with some sinuses. Just give me 1 second.
Got you, boys.
All right.
So, in the wee hours of the morning, Takeoff was unalived in Houston, Texas. Now, it was said that he was in the bowling alley with Quavo, and they were in a dice game. Now, Quavo had been losing bad in this dice game, and he had gotten into a verbal altercation with some people. Now, Takeoff had been in the corner, minding his business. This was said via text messages and a couple videos from people that we saw online. So he was in the corner, minding his business, and he heard the altercation, he heard the commotion, heard what's going on. He stands up and was accidentally shot by someone in his own team. And then it was said that the people that they were arguing with, they shot back, and he was hit again. And he was immediately unalive then. So this happened at 2-something in the morning over in Houston, Texas. And the community has been shook. Takeoff was one of the most unproblematic people I have ever heard about.
Yes.
In rap game, in music, like in general. He was completely unproblematic. And from the different types of people that are mourning his loss, he was a good soul. He was a good person.
Like Sunshine said, it's still an unsettled situation. I think that Quavo is not really. I don't think he just is living in that moment. He don't quite believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it has hit him to a point that he's actually gone. And
Offset, he just going through it.
Yeah, Offset. He said he just wearing a smile in his face.
Mm-hmm. Cardi said it takes so much to make him even smile. So it's just it's the holiday. So imagine how his mom and everybody. It's just a sad situation still in itself. Still, we lost Takeoff, lost Twitch this past month. Like it was just a lot. It's a lot of people.
It is. It's a lot. So that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to embody this whole Christmas was to show love, because baby, you don't never know when God gonna call a loved one home. I actually did a photo for a family member and his family. They had lost their daughter before Christmas, and this year they took Christmas pictures, and I actually added her to the pictures. And when I was doing it, I was just thinking to myself, be thankful for your family. They ain't got to be the best family members, but God gave them to you.
Yeah.
God gave them to you, and they can do better. You don't throw them away. I'm not saying you got to put up with 10 pounds of hockey from them. I'm just saying that encourage them and keep it moving.
Love them from afar.
Yeah, because people can drain you down now. That's the facts. But all in the same token, just give them words of encouragement, honey, and keep it moving. But with our next clip, which is the last clip, yeah, this is the last clip, and honey, we get ready to head on into 2023. All right. So this clip right here, y'all, Lord have mercy. I'm over it. I'm over it, and I'm ready for this young lady to get justice.
Yes.
It's Shanquella Robinson, honey. And this clip actually goes into friends or frenemies. Like, you don't know who you dancing with these days, baby. And you got to just be cautious because people pretend very well. The pretend button is big. Click
Huge.
on, click off. Click on, click off.
It's preferred, actually.
Facts. But you have to, let me tell you what you have to do to combat this type of behavior at this point in time. You got to be a good reader of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Your energy will not lie to you. No, it will not. So for the new year in 2023, what we are going to do, we will be launching a website that will help you reach your higher energy level. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to teach you techniques and things you can do to reach your higher level of energy so that you can be a better person in this world, so that you can reach your fullest potential, so that you can ward off negativity. Just a whole lot of things. So y'all be looking for that. But more than anything, when you feel something, don't just push it to the side.
Go with your first mind. Go with that gut feeling can sometimes save your life.
Facts. Facts. All right, Sunshine, you ready to get into this clip?
I guess so, sure. I want you to eat at my table with me. We want to eat. I want you to eat together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We got plates. I'm not the only one with a plate. We got plates.
I got a caterer in the back.
Exactly.
We all eating together.
Exactly. So I'm gonna play another video, a short video about her father with his interview, some of the things that he said. You know, it's just some key points because all of this ties into nothing. All I see is a big J. Jealousy. That's all I see. I don't see anything other than jealousy when it comes to this situation.
And lack
That's
of
all I
drama.
see.
Jealousy and lack of
jealousy.
drive.
Yeah.
Phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling. So I picked the phone up and it wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shankola gone. So, I'm saying gone, gone where, and
I know that right. Gone
and she
where?
said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped and I just started crying. I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with. So, from there, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night.
This information came directly from someone who is friends with Dejane's mother, and this information was communicated because people were upset about the fact that only one angle is being showed, and that is Dejane assaulting your daughter. This was not a fight. This was a brutal assault.
Yes.
I heard the same thing you heard.
Yeah.
That she picked her up by the neck and slammed on the ground, and once they slammed her, she didn't get back up. Did not get back up.
How can you do that?
So I guess that slam back there must have broke her dick and her spinal cord. So he was the last one. Something about he was the last one. He was the last one about her breathing or something,
So when I got there, she was in the game room.
All right, so y'all know the story. Y'all know what all that went on, but we want to present something new to the table. So the case is ongoing. It has not stopped. So right now there has been a new break in the case. Some never seen before pics. The doctor was overcome with guilt, now such and such. And we want to give a shout out to Tisa Tales because she's been heavily on the case. And
Yes.
so we're going to show a little bit of what she was talking about because I'm very interested in this case. I want this young lady to get justice because I'm tired of people doing whatever they want to do to people and then just walking away from the situation. Because if y'all didn't know, there are more Shanquilla Robinsons out there, honey.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and play this clip for y'all. Let's get into this right quick. Because at the end of the day, it makes no sense that this young lady went down here with a group of friends and she never came back.
Watch who your friends are.
Nurse's face on the picture. Now, as we know, medical authorities, right? If you don't know what the nurse is looking at, she is looking down on Shanquilla's body, just laying there. Look at the guilt on the nurse's face. I'm not joking. Look at the guilt on the nurse's face. Why is she looking guilty? Because who is beside her? Okay. If you guys don't remember from the police report, right? The nurse was there from, I believe, 2:13. We're going to go over that in a second. Until she started convulsing. And Winter Donovan was the one that called 911. When 911 came, this is the Red Cross first responders. They arrived on the scene. Look at their faces. Look at their faces.
They're looking confused.
They are looking down on Shanquilla's body. I need everybody to pay attention to how their faces look. Looking down on Shanquilla's body. One person is looking concerned. The other guy with his brow furrowed. He knows something is up.
Thanks.
He knows something is wrong. Why is this relevant? When you look at the furrowed brow, when you look at how he knows something is deeply wrong. A lot of people were asking, why is the local authority being investigated? Why are the police on the scene being investigated? Why is the doctor being investigated, but the EMTs are being given a pass? The Mexico government is not pressing charges on the EMTs, and they are being looked at as just pure witnesses. Why? Because they got there at the end of it. But look at the looks of concern on their faces. Look at this. Look at this EMT. They've never seen anything like it. They are standing over Shanquilla's body. She's wearing a pair of pink biker shorts and a black t-shirt. Again, I expressed doubts that one person without training could actually dress her. I expressed grave doubts about that. A lot of people said, no, if you've been formally trained, you know how to dress somebody up to 300 pounds, to which I say you guys are proving my point. Because Dejanay, I do not believe, was trained to do that. Now, again, Alyssa Hyatt was. But if Alyssa Hyatt was, what does that tell us? It means that she moved Shanquilla's body. It means that she got her dress. It means that when you said it was alcohol poisoning, you knew, or whoever helped get her dressed, whether it was Alyssa Hyatt, who has CNA trading, whether it was Dejanay by herself, we're guessing it was more people. You knew at that moment that it was not alcohol. You knew that there was fighting, and you knew that you had to move her body from that room into the living room, that you had to tell the doctor, right? Unless the doctor made it up herself. But even then, why would she make it up unless there was something making her make it up? You had to tell the doctor, this is what we think is wrong. And that lie also had to be repeated to the EMTs. Winter Donovan, we're assuming, repeated, oh, it's alcohol poisoning, but something's going, please come quick, or whatever the doctor told her to have. Let's take another look at the doctor's face, shall we? Because the doctor's face says it all. If you don't know, her body is on the floor, okay? She's wearing pink biker shorts and a black t-shirt. Out of respect for the family, and until these pictures are more widely circulated, I do not want to be the one to actually show Shanquilla's body, out of respect for her family. I don't think you need to see her body laying there. Of course, everybody's different, but I did not want to show it. But look at the nurse's face looking down on Shanquilla's body.
All right, so y'all heard her. Y'all heard her. And I agree with her 1,000%.
Very much so.
Everything she said, I agree with it wholeheartedly.
They were trying to cover it all up. Guilt make you tilt. Guilt make you tilt. It
Right.
always do.
And in this video, they're talking about how Mexico demands the U.S. to make a move and threatens to release crime scene photos. And they should.
People tired of it. They're tired of the cover up
Now,
going
I
on.
have my own thoughts regarding this case and the U.S.'s involvement, or according to her parents, Shanquilla's parents, what appears to be the lack thereof. So let's jump in and talk a little bit. Shanquilla's dad recently shared his concern. He feels like law enforcement, particularly the FBI, isn't as engaged in this case as he thinks they should be. And he's basing this on the way they've treated other cases in the past, and also their lack of communication with the family. Okay, he may be correct, y'all. Completely different reason. Here's why I say so. On December 7th, I reached out to a very close source, someone I've known for years, and this source is directly connected with an FBI agent. Here's how the conversation went. I put, hey, can you ask blank, what is his opinion on the Shanquella Robinson case? That person responded, let me see if he's following this case, and I'll let you know. I said, okay. She came back, followed this closely, and she said, girl, he shrugged his shoulders and said, I've never heard of it.
Oh, my goodness.
He's looking it up now. I meant to say, okay, thank you. Shanquilla went on vacation with her friends to Mexico. Less than 24 hours later, she was unalived. They left her body there and told her parents she died of alcohol poisoning. Her mother did not believe them. Her dad contacted the funeral home in Mexico and found that her neck was broken and her spinal cracked. The friends left Mexico and came back to the U.S. Now they are nowhere to be found. They believe they plotted to unalive her. No one knows why. Supposedly, this is me talking to my close friend because we have this relationship. Supposedly, the FBI is working to help get them back to be extradited to Mexico. Listen, why did I have to give a summary for my source to share with the FBI agent who shrugged his shoulders? And she's like, he doesn't know that case. Pause. Shanquilla's father may be correct in his assessment and the way he feels that his daughter's case is not being prioritized. He may be correct. Now, I thought this 20 days ago. This conversation I had was December 7th. That was 20 days ago. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to bring any negativity to, being open-minded and hoping for the best on the behalf of the U.S. government and the FBI. But what are your thoughts? My concern, my personal concern has always been this case is not receiving as much priority on a national level as it could be.
That's true.
I heard it.
That's very true.
It's so sad what's going on with this case, y'all. It just make no sense how it all happened, what went down. But once again, y'all got to get on a different frequency at this point in time because people are no more than roaches.
Snakes in the grass.
They don't care. They don't care. They just do what they want to do. They don't have any regards of how you feel or anything like that. Because y'all know a roach will come out soon as some company over there and the roach coming out. They don't care.
Crazy. Like, why are you even here? I got company out here.
Yeah, they don't care. So that's the same way that a frenemy is. They don't care. And everything's about them. So just be careful out here, y'all. That lady lost her life to nothing. Foolishness.
Nonsense. Jealousy.
Yes.
Pure jealousy, envy, hatred. For what?
Foolishness. And we got to touch on this before we get ready to head out of here, y'all. But if y'all didn't know, please pray for New York City, Buffalo especially. A lot of people have lost their lives to this snowstorm.
28 people in Buffalo. There have been 60 people, 62 people now found unalive from the snowstorm.
It's sad, and I want to definitely send a prayer out to my cousin. I have family members that live up there. She said they are okay. They are snowed in, but they have food and electricity as of right now. So
that's good. That's really good.
Wow,
They got 50 inches of snow up there. 50 inches.
And this young nurse, y'all, was she on her way from work?
Yes.
See, okay, so all right. So we got to work in order to eat. But baby, work is not more important than your life. Because my thing is this, they already know that this storm is going on. Why are you in it, baby? Why?
Okay, well, as a nurse, they are she is what's called an essential worker. Nurses aren't allowed to like go on strike, not show up for work. Like my mama's a nurse, and it's like you have to get in, and if you can't get out, then you stuck. It's a lot being a nurse. It's a lot.
I think I would have stayed there then. I would have stayed there, and that's why they need to get paid so much money. But let's get into this clip right quick, y'all.
This poor girl.
Good God. Yeah.
Too much. They were finding bodies all over the place, covered in snow. People in their cars. I know I read this one story. A man was stuck in a car with a baby. It was just so sad. It's just so sad.
And Blue said it's an apartment complex. Roof fell in. Lord have mercy.
It just it's such a tragedy. Such a tragedy, and especially around the holidays when people are already like going through enough. It's so sad.
Right, and I'm so very thankful because at the end of the day, that could have been us.
Listen, I listen. We get feet of snow up here too, feet of snow. So I'm thankful. I remember one year there was like 5 feet of snow.
Listen, my thing is this: preparation is the best. So always be prepared. Be prepared, and not only that, but I definitely remember the news saying that this big wave of cold air and snow and stuff was coming.
It did. It did across the whole country. Across the whole country, it was like a big old cold front. I remember. I recall. I do.
Let's just make sure we prepare. And we have one last story before we wrap this thing up. Y'all, and we got to go. But before we do, we're going to take y'all down a path of Lover's Lane. Okay? So, if y'all don't know, there are some new babies out here. Some new little babies. I like little babies. I met a little baby today when I went and did a photo shoot, and the little baby was so sweet. The little baby was at basketball practice chilling. And then when I went over there to talk to him, man, you in a high chair. And when I went over there to talk to him, girl, he just was smiling and stuff. I thought it was so cute. But more than that, just a good baby.
I love little babies. I love them, especially little fat babies. Oof, I love a big old fat baby. I love it. With the rolls and the rolls, I love it.
All right, y'all. So as y'all can see,
Oh.
Yeah, look at that little baby.
She's so adorable.
Look at that little baby.
She really is. She's so cute.
Yes, yes. And the shout out is everything. But
You know.
y'all, the little baby, y'all, let's look at the little baby one more time. The little baby's so cute. I got to look at her.
She's so precious. Her
She
big
cute.
old arms. Oh, she's so cute. She looks so alert too. So alert.
She a cute little baby, honey. She finna get him some. She gonna get him some, baby. Something to do. She gonna give him something to do, baby. You watch and see.
Thanks on
Yeah,
fair.
baby.
Little baby girl, please wrap around the finger 3 times with a bow is what she's gonna be.
And then I got to highlight one more little cute baby, honey. There's one more little baby on the scene.
Because the Navy was going through it because of Riri.
There's one more little baby on the scene, baby. We got to show that little cute little fella right here.
Ooh, look at him looking like his mammy.
I'm talking about y'all. The little forehead so cute.
Girl, look at him.
I just love the little forehead, girl. That is Riri forehead, y'all.
He gonna get that phone. He is. He gonna get that phone. He want it. He's so adorable.
That is Riri forehead all day.
Oh, wait a minute. We got one more baby with 2 more babies. You know, Janae Aiko and Big Sean had their babies.
Yes.
And then her father just had his 9th baby.
Congratulations. Because I ain't got no problem long as you can take care of them and spend time with them. And I ain't talking about spending no money on them, Nick. Because, baby.
Yeah. Facts, Nick. Facts.
Now Nick want to start talking about, honey, it's too much trying to give all them cheer and attention, baby. You decided that situation, so.
What he got, like 5 baby mamas and 11 kids?
Huh?
He got 5 baby mamas and 11 kids. How many kids he got? How many baby mamas he got?
12 with one, I think one in the oven, but I know for sure he got 11. But if I'm not mistaken, it's a 12. I don't think the new one been born yet or something. Yeah.
There were 12 disciples. That's enough.
Yeah, like he got a whole team, baby. He better win something.
Big. His money better remain long. Very long.
Thing is, they also are very close together, so they can very well be all on the same team.
I just hope they all know each other. That's it. That's all.
Well, that concludes our show for Talk About It Tuesday.
And 2022. Oh my gosh. Thank you for being with us for this whole time.
Now we have, let me check my calendar. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 days left in this year. I'm not going to say that we won't go live one more time, but I'm going to also just say Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Yes.
So, like I said, we may go live one more time before the year is out, but if we don't, because, sometimes we like to feel sporadic and we just do stuff.
Like, hey, girl, hey.
Yeah, we just do stuff. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And my words of encouragement for you is set your goals for 2023. Get organized, execute your goals, and watch everything that you wanted to come true happen for you. So don't give up on yourself. And you got a brand new start, because y'all know it's something about the new year. It just feels like a new you, right?
New year, new me.
Be the only one. But the new year feels like something new. So I encourage you to write your goals down. Write them down and get you a monthly plan, because this year taught me a lot. And it gave me a lot of insight on what I'm going to do different for this year. I mean, for 2023. So I'm excited. I'm just excited.
So I don't want to say final words of encouragement, however, the words of encouragement I have for the new year at this moment is let go.
Yes.
Let go of anything and anyone that has ever held you back.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of any feeling that holds you hostage, any feelings that make you feel like you are undeserving, that you're lesser than, that you will never pull through and push through. Let all of that go. It serves you no purpose and it is beneath you.
Facts.
You have to stop holding yourself back.
Facts.
Let go of everything that you hold on to that holds you back. So in that new year, you're free.
Free.
You're free.
Free.
Just let all of that go.
Free.
Give it to God. Whatever God you pray to, give it to God.
That's right. Well, with that being said, we will see you guys very, very soon. Ain't no telling when, but y'all have a blessed one, and thank you for coming through. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this content. Thank you very much. We will see you guys next time. Millionaire Pending.
Peace out. Be blessed.